If you've ever done multiplication using base 10 blocks, we can remember exactly how these blocks were useful to us in the actual shape of the box. So in this case, I'm using a 100 grid here. And when we look at this, we can see that there are 10 units going this way and 10 units going this way. And remember, we always count this point of origin twice, so it counts for going this way and it counts for going this way. And we know that obviously 10 times 10 is 100. And so when we fill in the entire area of the box, we're going to get to 100. Well, we can actually use these base 10 blocks for multiplying decimals, and I'm going to show you how. Let's take a look at this simple equation of 1.4 times 1.2. Well, what we're going to do is this 100 grid, this is going to represent 1. So what we're going to do is we're first of all going to represent 1.4 going across the top. So we're moving this direction, so this is one hole, and then we're going to place in, that's 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, and 1.4 going horizontally. Now we're going to represent the second portion of the equation going vertically. So we've already got 1 going this way, and now we've got 1.1, 1.2 going this way. Now when we tighten these up, what we're going to do is we are actually going to create something that's going to look like an unfinished rectangle. Now in order for us to actually finish the equation, what we need to do is actually fill in the remaining squares and complete the rectangle. Well, now that what we know about area is that length times width is going to give us the area. And what we've done is we've created that exact model, 1.4 times 1.2, and now we've got a complete area square that we're going to be able to count up. So now all we have to do is count. So this is one hole. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tenths, and we've got 2, 4, 6, 8. So we have a total of 1.68. Now that we've seen the demonstration using the manipulatives of the base 10 blocks, let's try a more traditional method to check our answer to see if we're actually correct. And when we are multiplying decimals, it is not as important to align the decimals as it is with adding and subtracting. What it is important, however, is that we recognize how many decimal places are being utilized in this equation, because they're going to come into play at the end of our calculation. So all we're going to do is we're going to actually pretend that these decimals aren't even there, and we're going to multiply as if this was a simple multiplication using 2 digits. Okay, so it would be 14 times 12. So we just start off with our basic multiplication process. Okay, so now we've got ourselves an answer of 168. Now we have to count how many decimal places we are going to move in order to place our decimal correctly. So we start by here and we count. We have 1 decimal place here, and we have 1 decimal place here. Therefore, we have to count 1, 2 decimal places, and we can place our decimal in the correct spot. In this case, the answer is 1.68. The exact same calculation that we did using the base 10 blocks.